In the world of archaeological discoveries that never cease to amaze us, this exceptional discovery from the depths of history tells a great human story crafted by our ancestors thousands of years ago. At the Karahan Tepe archaeological site in southeastern Turkey, where layers of history stack together like the pages of an ancient book, a team of archaeologists discovered a rare and breathtaking masterpiece, a meticulously carved statue of a wild donkey in a galloping position, as if time had stopped as it raced across the plains before turning to stone. This is not just an ordinary statue. It is a living testament to the greatness of prehistoric art and the ability of ancient humans to observe nature and embody it in timeless works. The fine details in this sculpture, from the taut muscles that appear to move beneath the stony skin, to the facial expressions that exude vitality and freedom, all point to a highly advanced level of artistic skill that was unimaginable in that distant era. The Karahan Tepe site itself is no ordinary place. It is part of a region teeming with important archaeological sites dating back to the Neolithic period, which scholars believe was a crucial religious or social center for early civilizations. The carvings and statues found at the site, including what is believed to be the oldest temple in the world, indicate that the inhabitants of this area were not just primitive hunters or farmers, but skilled artists and craftsmen with a deep understanding of the world around them. What makes this particular statue such an important discovery is that it offers us a new insight into the development of art in the Stone Age. Most previously found sculptures from this period were primitive or largely symbolic, but this carved donkey displays amazing anatomical realism, suggesting that ancient artists were able to observe nature with an expert eye and capture it in their works with incredible precision. But why a wild donkey in particular? This question leads us to several possibilities. This animal may have been important in the culture and religious beliefs of the people of that time. It may have been a symbol of strength or speed, or perhaps part of a hunting ritual. Some scholars believe that animal statues of that era were used as amulets or as part of magical rituals to bring good luck in hunting, while others believe they may have been an expression of ancient humans' appreciation for nature and the animals they relied on for their survival. What's even more fascinating is the technique used to carve this statue. How were humans in that distant era, with their primitive tools, able to produce such a masterpiece? Researchers believe the sculptors used hard stones such as flint to carve the larger stone, possibly using bone or wooden tools to smooth out the fine details. But what's truly astonishing is the statue's hyperrealism. Protruding tendons, taut muscles, and the direction of the hair can be seen in some parts, suggesting that the artists were not just sculptors, but keen observers of nature, perhaps even living in close relationship with these animals. When we compare this statue to other sculptures from the same period, we realize how exceptional it is. At the nearby site of Göbekli Tepe, which contains the oldest known temples in the world, the carvings tend to be more abstract and symbolic. In other places, such as the Lascaux Caves in France, where exquisite animal drawings are found, they remain drawings rather than three-dimensional sculptures with this level of precision. This makes the discovery of the wild ass statue at Karahan Tepe rare and unique. This discovery not only tells us about the artistic skills of ancient humans, but also reveals important aspects of the Karahan Tepe civilization. The presence of such elaborate carvings indicates that the society was stable enough to allow its members to devote time to developing the arts, implying a surplus of food and advanced social organization. The intricacy of the statue also suggests a deep connection between humans and nature at that time, where humans were not isolated from their natural surroundings, but lived in harmony with them and studied them carefully. Most importantly, this statue may be evidence of a complex belief or religious system in this early civilization. It's possible that the wild ass was considered a sacred animal, or that it was associated with certain myths and rituals. Some researchers suggest that the statue may have been part of a fertility or hunting ritual, while others believe it may have represented a symbol of freedom and wildness in the beliefs of the time. When we look at this stone ass galloping through time, we see more than just an artifact. We see a window into an ancient world that disappeared thousands of years ago. This statue is a message from the past, telling us that ancient humans were not as primitive as we might imagine, but rather profound artists, keen observers of nature, and possessed an artistic and philosophical vision of life. Karahan still holds many secrets, and each new discovery increases its mystery and significance. Who knows, the next discovery may be even more exciting and may completely change our understanding of the history of art and human civilization. But for now, this carved wild ass remains a wonder. A silent witness to the genius of prehistoric man, this statue, buried under layers of soil for thousands of years, holds within it many questions awaiting answers. How were humans of that distant era able to create such an exquisite work of art without advanced tools? What is the full story behind their choice of the wild donkey as the subject of their art? Perhaps the most exciting aspect of this discovery is what it reveals about the intellectual development of ancient humans. Sculpting with such precision and realism requires not only superior manual skill, but also a capacity for observation, contemplation, and analysis. It is material evidence that Stone Age man was not merely a creature struggling for survival, but rather a thinker and artist seeking to express his vision of the world around him. The precise anatomical details in the statue are truly astonishing. The muscle movement, weight distribution, and leg positioning all indicate a deep understanding of the structure and movement of the animal body. This raises the question, were these ancient artists studying animal anatomy? Or did their knowledge come from long, careful observation while hunting or raising animals? The archaeological context of the site adds further layers of excitement to the story. Karahan is no longer just a dot on the archaeological map. It has become a true window into understanding major transformations in human history. It is the site that may have witnessed the moment when humans transitioned from hunting and gathering to agriculture and sedentary life, and from primitive life to the building of civilization. Some researchers question the social role of this statue. Was it a purely artistic work? Or was it part of a specific ritual or celebration? Some see the running pose as a sign of movement and travel, which may link the statue to the concepts of migration or wandering that were central to the lives of those societies. Comparisons with rock art from other regions highlight the uniqueness of this discovery. While many sites contain drawings or engravings of animals, three-dimensional sculptures of this level of mastery are rarely found. This raises the possibility that Karahan may have been an important artistic center of its time, attracting talented sculptors and artists. The questions this statue raises are more numerous than the answers currently available. What color did they believe the wild donkey was? Did they raise these animals or simply hunt them? What did they sound like? All these vivid details we know today about wild donkeys were part of the world of this ancient artist, who passed his vision on to us over thousands of years. It is worth noting that this discovery opens the door to a major reevaluation of prehistoric art. If humans of that era were capable of producing such exquisite works, what might we discover next? Will we ever find an entire Stone Age art school, or records explaining the sculpting techniques they used? Ultimately, this galloping stone donkey remains a poignant message from the distant past. A message that tells us that art was and remains a universal human language, transcending the barriers of time and uniting us with our ancestors in an aesthetic vision of the world. It is evidence that artistic creativity is not a cultural luxury, but rather a deep-rooted human need, manifested in surprising forms even in the most ancient eras of humanity. As archaeologists continue their tireless work at Karahan Tepe, the world eagerly awaits more discoveries that could change our understanding of the history of human art. Every stone they turn over may hold a new surprise, and every layer of soil may conceal another masterpiece waiting to see the light after thousands of years of waiting.